Hello and welcome back to Director's Choice. Since the early 2000s, Danny Phantom has remained a classic among kids' network cartoons. It's not hard to see why. With a compelling twist on the usual secret superhero storyline and developed characters with distinct, imperfect personalities. There's a lot to love about this show, about a teenager living a double life as the unpopular kid at school, and a half-human, half-ghost superhero fighting ghosts. Each of the characters are special in their own way, and the relationships between them are dynamic and realistic. One of the most talked about relationships from the show is the one between the main character Danny Phantom, or Danny Fenton as he is known to most of the world within the show, and Sam Manson, one of his best friends. Though they start out the show as platonic best friends, they become less friendly and more romantic until the series finale where the two finally become boyfriend and girlfriend. In this video, we're going to talk about what it is that makes them the perfect couple. In the very first episode of the series, Danny expresses doubt about himself and his powers. He doesn't feel like he is good enough to be saving the world from ghosts and is insecure about his abilities as Danny Phantom. Danny seems very concerned with maintaining the status quo, in part to stay under the radar, but also to avoid the attention of the school bullies. Sam, who prides herself on her individuality, encourages him to think of his powers as less weird, but something that makes him unique and different from the rest, in a good way. Her words encourage him to feel more confident and less self-conscious. This is one of the moments that highlights their differences and how they actually help their relationship rather than hinder it. There are other moments like this when Sam helps boost Danny's confidence when he is feeling insecure. But this moment at the very beginning of the show set the standard of what to expect out of their relationship from the get-go. Sam and Danny's friendship works in part because they've known each other so long that they know what the other needs and wants better than most other people. One of the first opportunities Danny has to show how well he understands Sam happens in episode 2. The school is preparing to host a dance, and the three main characters are all concerned about getting dates. Sam wants a date but is too stubborn to admit it, since no one has asked her yet, and clueless Danny and Tucker ignore her hints, focusing instead on finding their own dates. It isn't until they are video chatting with Sam about a possessed amulet they have to retrieve from Danny's date, Paulina, while they get ready to go to the dance, that Danny realizes just how badly Sam wants to go.
Like I said, looks are deceiving. I'm sure you boys will have a wonderful evening.
She really wants to go to the dance.
But she said she didn't want to.
We're her best friends. We should have known.
Knowing he had work to do as Danny Phantom, he possesses Tucker and makes him show up at Sam's house to take her to the dance, instead of his original date, Valerie. Danny himself is too busy trying to get the possessed necklace back from Paulina, and possessing his dad every time he is approached by one of his teachers. But he makes sure that Sam has someone to go with, even when Danny figures out Sam's true feelings and explains it to Tucker. He doesn't seem to get it until he shows up at Sam's house and she jumps at the chance to attend the dance and wear her dumb dress that her parents picked out for her.
Okay, but only because you got stood up. I'll go change into that dumb dress I wasn't gonna wear.
See ya! That is so unfair.
At the end of the night, Paulina dumps Danny as her date, after admitting the only reason she wanted to go with him was because she thought she was stealing him from Sam. Tucker is there as Sam's official date, but Danny and Sam get to dance together after retrieving the possessed amulet that turns its wearer into ghostly dragons. These scenes show that Danny is sensitive to Sam's feelings at a level that no one else is. Although they end the night as friends, it's a sweet moment between the two of them that hints at their future feelings for each other, and you can't help but cheer them on. Although they don't get together officially until the series finale, the signs that Danny and Sam are developing feelings for each other start halfway through the first season of the show. In two separate occasions, Sam and Danny kiss each other in what they call fake out makeouts to elude enemies. After the kiss, it is clear that Danny really enjoyed it, but an embarrassed Sam is quick to remind him that it was a fake kiss, and he seems to snap out of it. The second fake-out makeout happens in the first episode of the second season. Danny and Sam get in a fight, and when Sam goes to leave, she says she wishes she had never met Danny.
Danny, I swear, there are days I wish I had never even met you.
Little did she know that a genie ghost waiting to grant wishes was nearby and heard her, so her world changed to be what it would be if they had never met. After she helps Danny regain his ghost abilities as Danny Phantom, Danny kisses her as a distraction when his dad comes to see why he is in the lab.
I call that a fake-out makeout.
Yeah, I know.
Both characters dismiss these fake-out makeouts as mere distractions and not real. But it's clear afterwards that both parties enjoyed the kisses, though they are still too shy to admit it. When the moment of the first real kiss finally comes in the last episode of the series, it drives home how far they've come since the beginning and makes you appreciate all their precious moments they've had together along the way. Even before the iconic moment when they kissed in front of Valerie, most people at their school assumed Danny and Sam were already dating. Their behavior after the kiss only makes things worse for them, as they are constantly caught flirting and blushing in each other's presence. There are several moments when they so clearly have feelings for each other that it's obvious to everyone but Danny and Sam themselves, even though they protest every time someone says something about them dating. The harder they protest, the more obvious their feelings become. Sometimes it's as innocent as Sam helping warm Danny's hands after a fight, to more serious things, like Danny flying into a building while carrying Sam because he was too busy looking at her. It's adorable to watch and relatable to anyone who has experienced a crush or first love. The fact that these friends, who are normally comfortable around each other, get nervous and shy whenever they make eye contact or touch hands, makes us cheer even more for them. Although Sam comes from a family with a lot of money, you would never know it without the context of her home and who her parents are. She is the granddaughter of a famous inventor, but she hides this aspect of her life because she doesn't want to complicate her life or how people treat her. Her parents don't understand her, and it seems at times like they live in parallel worlds. The same can be said for Danny, who, alongside his sister Jazz, is as different from his parents as is humanly possible. Besides the fact that they are both ghost hunters and their son is half ghost, they are also clueless and often not that good at their jobs. Some people grow into who they are despite their upbringing or childhood, rather than because of it, and both Danny and Sam fit in that category. This similar reaction to their home life creates a level of understanding and acceptance between them. When they aren't making prolonged eye contact and blushing when they share any kind of physical contact, Danny and Sam are very honest and direct with each other.
You can't really blame me for this, can you?
Well, it's got something to do with you, but don't worry. I saved Paulina, so you don't have to apologize.
Good, because I'm not gonna.
You just have to wear the Spectre deflector and stay out of the way.
What?
Fighting with someone you care about is obviously never ideal, but it's been proven that having fights or disagreements from time to time is a sign of a healthy relationship, because it means at least one, if not both parties, care enough about the other to speak up when there's something they're worried or upset about. Part of what makes Danny Phantom such a great show is the fact that it doesn't shy away from making its main characters flawed. Danny and Sam both reference each other's past mistakes, whether they like it or not. But in most cases, it was something that needed to be said, or starts a chain reaction of things that need to happen. The way they manage to find common ground after every one of these instances is something we all would appreciate seeing in our own relationships. The fact that they seem to have mastered it through their enduring friendship helps them work well as a realistic couple in their friendship as well as their budding romantic relationship. Danny Phantom has been and will continue to be a classic favorite amongst kids' cartoons. The diverse group of characters that appear in each episode and their unique relationships with each other make the show entertaining to watch, but also a realistic representation of relationship dynamics in real life. Danny and Sam will always withstand the test of time as an iconic, timeless couple who represented real, unique people in a way not many kids' shows had dared to do at the time. What makes them a perfect couple is that they are two imperfect characters with an imperfect relationship that they worked on and came back to again and again throughout the show. Their relationship dynamic created an example for kids of a healthy relationship built on friendship, trust, and good communication that we all should strive for. Take a look at these other recent clips by Director's Choice, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.